Want to save $500 this month without changing your lifestyle? Stick around and I'll show you 10 simple hacks that anyone can do to grow their savings fast. It started like any other month. You got your paycheck, swiped your card a few times and thought, I've got this. But then it happened. A small panic set in when you glanced at your bank app. Numbers didn't add up. The balance wasn't quite what you expected. The feeling was subtle at first, just a flicker, but soon it grew, a creeping reminder that money was slipping through your fingers. Like most people, you didn't wake up one day in financial chaos. It's never dramatic. It's silent. A latte here, a late-night delivery there. That subscription you forgot about, the impulse buy at the store. None of it felt like a problem until the totals started stacking up. The invisible leak: you open your latest bank statement and it hit you, tiny leaks everywhere. $7 here for a coffee you didn't need, $12 for takeout on a long workday, $15 for a streaming service you forgot you signed up for months ago. Individually they were harmless. Together they were quietly devouring hundreds of dollars a month. You realized something. It wasn't that you spent wildly. It was that you never tracked the little things. The invisible leaks had become invisible thieves, robbing your financial security without notice. The wake-up call that day: something shifted. You didn't just shrug it off. You didn't tell yourself, next month will be better. No. You stared at the numbers and for the first time in a long time, you felt clarity. That balance wasn't just low, it was a message that it wasn't about punishment. It wasn't about shame. It was about awareness. Money doesn't improve by ignoring it. Awareness is the first step. You opened a notebook and maybe a notes app and started jotting down everything. The process was humbling. You saw all your expenses, even the ones you had convinced yourself were too small to matter. Suddenly, every coffee, every delivery, every unnecessary subscription became visible. The act of writing it down changed everything. You weren't just staring at numbers anymore, you were mapping your own financial habits. And that map revealed a truth many people ignore. It's not the big purchases that ruin your finances. It's the constant drip of small, unconscious spending that quietly drains your account. The first discovery: your spending patterns. You noticed patterns almost immediately. Coffee and snacks were your comfort zone, small treats that never felt harmful. Takeout was a convenience habit, filling gaps when you were too tired to cook. Subscriptions piled up silently, renewing automatically, unnoticed month after month. None of this was dramatic. But together, it created a perfect storm of financial drain. That storm didn't announce itself. It grew quietly, taking hundreds of dollars from you without asking. Emotional reality check: it's easy to think financial struggles are about discipline, intelligence, or willpower. But here's the truth: the struggle is often emotional and unconscious. Money triggers feelings. Stress leads to comfort spending. Boredom leads to scrolling and shopping. Fatigue leads to takeout. You realize that all your spending had a story. Every dollar had a reason. And now that story was visible. The turning point: awareness alone wasn't enough. You needed a plan. You needed structure. You needed a way to control the flow of money before it controlled you. And that's when the first seed of change was planted. You decided to commit to a single, actionable step: tracking every dollar that leaves your hands. Not next week, not tomorrow. You set up a simple system: a spreadsheet, a notebook, or a budgeting app. Every expense, no matter how small, would be logged. Every subscription would be reviewed. Every fee, unnecessary or recurring, would be questioned. The process felt tedious at first. It felt uncomfortable. But there was something powerful in seeing the money move in real time. You could finally identify the leaks before they became a flood. The mindset shift: more than anything, you realized this wasn't about cutting out joy. It wasn't about depriving yourself. It was about taking back control. That small moment of clarity, the first look at your actual spending habits, was the spark that could ignite a complete financial reset. Do a 7-day no-spend challenge, saves $40 to $80. Now that you've mastered automated savings, it's time to take a bolder step: testing your spending discipline. The 7-day no-spend challenge isn't just about saving a few dollars, it's about gaining clarity, control, and confidence in how you spend your money. For 1 week, your mission is simple: spend only on essentials, groceries, bills, and transportation. Everything else is off limits. At first, it might sound restrictive or even intimidating. The thought of skipping coffee runs, takeout, or those small online splurges can trigger an immediate "I can't do this" reaction. But here's the secret: this challenge isn't a punishment. It's a financial microscope, allowing you to see where your money leaks occur, understand your triggers for impulsive spending, and discover creative ways to redirect cash towards savings. The key to success begins with preparation. Start by reviewing your usual weekly expenses. List everything you typically spend on, from streaming subscriptions to snack runs, from spontaneous online shopping to weekend outings. Seeing these numbers on paper can be shocking. Many of these small, seemingly harmless purchases add up quickly, silently eating away at your potential savings. For instance, 3 $5 coffees a week may feel trivial, but over 7 days that's $15 and in a month, $60. Small expenses matter more than most people realize. Once you know your usual spending habits, set clear ground rules for your 7-day challenge. Essentials only: groceries, utilities, transport, and fixed bills. No new subscriptions, no takeout dinners, no unnecessary online shopping. Yes, it's strict, but boundaries create clarity. And clarity is the first step toward financial freedom. Day 1 is often the hardest. You might feel the urge to grab your usual latte on the way to work or add that new gadget to your cart. When temptation strikes, pause and ask yourself a simple question. Do I really need this, or is it just a habit? Most of the time it's the latter. Replace the impulse with a small, intentional action. Brew your coffee at home, take a short walk instead of buying a snack, or scroll through free content instead of purchasing an app. This isn't about denial, it's about training your brain to prioritize what matters. Day 2, patterns start to emerge. You notice which triggers push you towards spending: stress, boredom, or social influence. Maybe you realize that half your unnecessary purchases happen on lunch breaks or during scrolling sessions at night. Awareness is powerful. It equips you to plan solutions. For instance, meal prepping lunches the night before can prevent impulse takeout, while scheduling a short walk after work can replace mindless online shopping. These small swaps might save $5, $15 daily, which quickly adds up over the week. Midweek you might face challenges. Friends invite you out or a tempting sale pops up online. The key here is creativity over restriction. Look for free or low-cost alternatives. Invite friends for a coffee at home, explore local parks instead of paying for entertainment, or swap books and games with others instead of buying new. You'll find that experiences don't have to cost money to be enjoyable, and your challenge starts to feel empowering rather than limiting. As the week progresses, the momentum builds. You begin to notice a subtle shift in mindset. Spending impulsively no longer feels automatic. You feel in control. You track your savings daily, watching the numbers grow. Even if it's just $5 to $10 a day, the total by day 7 could be $40 to $80 or more, depending on what habits you break. That's real money that can be redirected into your automated savings account from Action 1. Another hidden benefit of this challenge is mental clarity. Without small, unnecessary purchases distracting you, you start to appreciate the things you already have. That subscription you never used suddenly feels unnecessary. That weekly takeout habit feels indulgent rather than essential. You realize the real joy isn't in buying, it's in making intentional decisions with your money. Day 7 is the culmination of your effort. Take a moment to reflect. Calculate the total amount saved and celebrate the milestone. But don't stop there. Use this insight as a foundation for longer-term financial habits. Review the patterns you uncovered. What purchases were avoidable? What emotional triggers led to unnecessary spending? Which swaps worked best for your lifestyle? By analyzing this, you can extend the benefits beyond the 7-day challenge. For example, you might continue a modified no-spend week once a month or identify recurring habits that can permanently be eliminated. For maximum impact, consider combining this challenge with other small actions. Pair your no-spend week with automated daily savings. Set aside the money you would have spent on non-essentials. Move $5 to $10 daily into a savings account. By the end of the week, you'll not only have avoided wasteful spending but also actively added to your savings balance. You're training both restraint and proactive saving simultaneously, creating a compounding effect. The final lesson of the 7-day no-spend challenge isn't just financial, it's psychological. You learn that money isn't something that slips away without notice. It responds to your choices. Habits aren't fixed, they're malleable. And small, consistent actions, even a single week of intentional spending, can build confidence and momentum for bigger financial goals. To summarize, the 7-day no-spend challenge teaches you how to identify and avoid non-essential spending, how to recognize emotional triggers behind impulse purchases, how to creatively replace spending habits without losing enjoyment, how to pair discipline with automated savings for maximum results, how small weekly savings can accumulate to $40 to $80 or more. The end of the week, you're no longer a passive spender, you're an intentional money manager. This week-long experiment is a microcosm of financial mastery, understanding your habits, controlling your impulses, and directing funds toward what truly matters. And best of all, it takes only 7 days to transform both your mindset and your savings. So, grab your notebook, list your essential expenses, and commit to the 7-day no-spend challenge. The week may seem short, but the lessons and the savings will last far longer than 7 days. By the time you finish, you'll not only have $40 to $80 more in your pocket, you'll have a powerful tool to continue growing your wealth month after month. Meal prep reverse meal planning saves $60 to $120. After completing the 7-day no-spend challenge, you've already proven to yourself that you can control your impulses and make intentional choices with your money. Now it's time to tackle one of the largest and most frequent spending categories in most households: food. By focusing on meal prep and reverse meal planning, you can save $60 to $120 per month or even more without sacrificing taste or nutrition. Meal prepping isn't just about cooking in bulk. It's about strategic planning, efficiency, and creating financial momentum. Many people spend hundreds of dollars a month on takeout, restaurants, and last-minute groceries simply because they haven't organized their meals in advance. You might be guilty of this yourself, walking into the kitchen with no plan, grabbing whatever is convenient, or ordering delivery because cooking feels like too much effort. But meal prep changes all of that. It's a small investment of time up front that pays off exponentially in both money saved and stress avoided. Start by assessing your weekly schedule and habits. When are you most likely to eat out? Lunch, at work, dinner, after a long day? Take note of these patterns. The goal is to replace those high-cost, impulsive meals with home-cooked, budget-friendly alternatives. Begin with the concept of reverse meal planning. Instead of deciding what to cook first and then buying groceries, look at what you already have in your pantry, fridge, or freezer. What ingredients are about to expire? Which staples can be combined into multiple meals? This approach reduces waste and encourages creativity, saving both money and time. For example, if you have chicken, rice, and frozen vegetables, you can create at least 3 different meals: stir-fried rice with veggies, a hearty chicken soup, and a salad with grilled chicken. This method allows you to stretch ingredients further, minimize grocery shopping, and avoid the temptation of ordering takeout when you think you have nothing to cook. Once you've identified your available ingredients, plan meals for the week. Aim for at least 3 meal prep sessions, perhaps Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, to cover all main meals. Prepping doesn't have to mean cooking every single dish from scratch. You can batch cook proteins, chop vegetables, pre-cook grains, and assemble salads in containers. By dedicating just a few hours over the weekend or after work, you'll have ready-to-go meals that prevent expensive, last-minute purchases. One of the biggest advantages of meal prep is portion control. When you order takeout or cook on the fly, it's easy to overspend and overeat. Pre-portioned meals ensure you use ingredients efficiently, reduce waste, and save money. For instance, if a store-bought meal kit costs $10 per serving, but cooking from your pantry costs $3 to $5 per serving, meal prep can save you $5 to $7 each meal. Multiply that across multiple meals per week, and the savings quickly reach $60 to $120 monthly and more if you're replacing frequent restaurant meals. Reverse meal planning also allows you to shop smarter. By identifying the meals you'll make with your existing ingredients, you can create a precise shopping list for the week. No more wandering aisles and picking up items on impulse. Stick to the list and your grocery budget becomes predictable and controlled. Additionally, consider substituting expensive ingredients with cost-effective alternatives. Frozen vegetables instead of fresh, store-brand products instead of premium brands, and bulk grains or beans instead of packaged single-serve items. These swaps can dramatically cut costs without compromising nutrition or flavor. Meal prep also opens the door to creative batch cooking. For example, 1 large pot of chili can become chili tacos, chili stuffed peppers, or chili with rice over multiple days. Roasted vegetables can appear in salads, omelets, or as a side dish. By repurposing meals creatively, you maximize every ingredient and reduce food waste, a common hidden cost in many households. Another psychological benefit of meal prep is stress reduction. Knowing that your meals are ready to go eliminates the mental burden of deciding what to eat each day. This reduces the likelihood of impulsive spending on takeout or convenience foods. When hunger strikes and options are readily available, you're less tempted to break your budget. For those who struggle with time, there are several strategies to make meal prep easier and more consistent. Use simple recipes. Focus on 3 5-ingredient meals that are quick to prepare but still nutritious and satisfying. Cook in bulk. Roast multiple trays of vegetables at once or cook large batches of grains like rice, quinoa, or pasta. Invest in storage containers. Durable containers make storing and reheating meals easy, keeping your food fresh for longer. Prep snacks too. Pre-cut fruits, nuts, or yogurt portions can prevent impulse purchases at work or school. Reverse meal planning can also be combined with your automated savings plan from Action 1. For instance, if you estimate that meal prepping 3 dinners per week replaces $15 worth of takeout, automatically transfer that $15 to your savings account. By treating savings as a byproduct of smart meal planning, you're reinforcing positive financial behavior in multiple ways. The key to sustaining meal prep is flexibility. Life is unpredictable and plans may change. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistent improvement. Even prepping just 2 meals per week instead of 3 can save money and reduce stress. Gradually, these habits compound, making larger savings easier to achieve. Finally, celebrate your small wins. Track how much money you save by avoiding takeout and reducing grocery waste. Notice how much time and energy meal prep frees up during the week. Share your creations with friends or family, it reinforces your commitment and may even inspire others to adopt similar habits. The cumulative effect of these changes can easily reach $60 to $120 per month, depending on your starting point and lifestyle. By combining meal prep with reverse meal planning, you gain more than just financial benefits. You gain discipline, creativity, and a sense of control over your daily life. You're no longer at the mercy of convenience or temptation. You're steering your meals, your health, and your savings. And this sets the stage for even larger financial wins and subsequent actions. From negotiating bills to decluttering and selling items online. In summary, the magic of meal prep and reverse meal planning lies in its simplicity and consistency. Plan meals around existing ingredients to reduce waste, prep and cook in batches to save time and money, use creative repurposing to stretch meals further, make intentional grocery purchases to avoid impulse spending, track savings and redirect them into automated accounts. With this strategy, what may seem like a small habit, preparing meals at home instead of buying takeout, translates into hundreds of dollars saved annually, while simultaneously improving nutrition, time management, and overall financial awareness. So, grab your pantry list, open your calendar, and commit to meal prep and reverse meal planning this week. Your wallet, your health, and your future self will thank you. Audit and cancel unused subscriptions saves $30 to $80. You've already mastered automated savings, completed a 7-day no-spend challenge, and optimized your meals with prep and reverse planning. You're building real financial discipline and learning to make intentional choices with your money. But there's a sneaky, silent budget drain lurking in almost every household: unused or underused subscriptions. Subscriptions are convenient, they promise entertainment, productivity, or convenience, but they quietly chip away at your savings month after month. Think about it: streaming services, apps, online courses, meal delivery kits, cloud storage, fitness apps, or even magazine subscriptions. Individually, they may not seem significant, $5 here, $15 there, but over time, these recurring charges add up. Many people spend $50, $100, or even more each month on services they rarely use. That's $600 to $1,200 annually wasted on things that don't truly add value. The first step in regaining control is awareness. Start by examining your bank statements and credit card transactions over the past 2 to 3 months. Look carefully for recurring charges, subscriptions, and auto-renewals. You may be surprised at what you discover: those trial apps you signed up for months ago but forgot about, memberships you barely use, or online services that automatically renew without your consent. Once you've identified all subscriptions, categorize them. Essential services you actively use and rely on, e.g., cloud storage for work, necessary software, or streaming services you genuinely enjoy, optional but useful services you use occasionally, but could live without and replace with a cheaper alternative. Unused or rarely used services that you haven't used in weeks or months. These are prime candidates for cancellation. For each subscription in the unused category, ask yourself a simple question: am I genuinely benefiting from this service? If I cancel it today, will my life be negatively impacted? If the answer is no, cancel it immediately. The small step of clicking cancel subscription can free up $10, $20, or even $50 per month, money that can go directly into your savings or investments. To make this process easier, consider using subscription tracking apps. These apps link to your bank account and automatically identify recurring charges, sending reminders about upcoming renewals. This way, you're never caught off guard and always know where your money is going. Another strategy is trial management. Many subscriptions start with free trials, and it's easy to forget them once the trial ends. Make it a habit to set a calendar reminder a day or two before the trial expires. Decide whether you truly need the service and cancel if it doesn't provide value. This simple habit prevents unintended charges and keeps your finances in check. When auditing subscriptions, don't forget to negotiate or downgrade the ones you do use. Streaming platforms often have multiple plans: standard, premium, family discounts for annual payments. Ask yourself if you really need the highest tier. Could you switch to a lower plan and still enjoy the same benefits? For example, moving from a $15 per month premium music subscription to a $10 month plan can save $60 annually with minimal lifestyle impact. Similarly, gym memberships are a common subscription that often goes underutilized. Many people pay for gyms they rarely visit. If this applies to you, consider freezing your membership, switching to a pay-per-visit plan, or even canceling it entirely in favor of at-home workouts or outdoor activities. This small adjustment can save $20 to $50 per month without reducing your health goals. Beyond traditional subscriptions, digital purchases like cloud storage, software, and apps often go unnoticed. Ask yourself, are you paying for multiple cloud services simultaneously? Do you need 3 different apps that serve the same function? Consolidating services or switching to free alternatives can save $5 to $15 each month. The beauty of subscription auditing is that it's immediate and measurable. Unlike other savings actions that take weeks to show results, canceling a subscription instantly reduces monthly expenses. The freed-up money can be redirected into your automated savings plan from Action 1, boosting your overall savings without changing your lifestyle. Psychologically, canceling unused subscriptions also builds mindful spending habits. It forces you to evaluate the real value of every recurring charge. Over time, this practice makes you more intentional about future spending decisions and reduces the likelihood of unnecessary subscriptions sneaking into your budget. Let's consider a realistic scenario. Imagine you have the following subscriptions: $12 month for a video streaming service you rarely watch, $8 month for a meditation app you haven't opened in months, $10 month for a magazine subscription you don't read. Canceling these 4 unused services, you instantly free up $45 per month, or $540 per year. That's enough to cover your monthly groceries, pay down a small debt, or add directly to your savings account. For maximum effectiveness, make subscription auditing a monthly habit. Each month, review your recurring charges, check usage patterns, and cancel anything unnecessary. Over time, this habit alone can save you hundreds of dollars annually, while also keeping your financial life organized and stress-free. In summary, here's a step-by-step approach for Action 4. Review your bank statements and credit card transactions for recurring charges. Categorize subscriptions into essential, optional, and unused. Cancel any service that isn't providing real value. Set reminders for trial periods to avoid unwanted charges. Downgrade or negotiate existing subscriptions where possible. Reallocate the saved money directly into savings or debt repayment. Repeat this process monthly to ensure ongoing efficiency. Completing this action, you reclaim control over a stealthy budget leak and add an immediate, tangible boost to your savings. More importantly, you develop the discipline to question future spending habits, creating a ripple effect that strengthens your financial health over time. Canceling unused subscriptions may seem like a small, even mundane action, but in the world of personal finance, small consistent actions compound into significant results. Just like automated savings, no-spend challenges, and meal prep, this step builds momentum toward your ultimate goal: saving $500 or more each month without feeling deprived. Take a few minutes today to audit your subscriptions. Identify the money silently leaving your account each month, make strategic decisions, and watch as those small amounts turn into substantial savings over time. Negotiate your bills saves $50 to $200. You've already taken several strong steps toward financial freedom. Automated your savings, completed a no-spend challenge, optimized your meals, and canceled unused subscriptions. Your money is finally starting to work for you instead of quietly leaking away. But there's one area where most people leave money on the table every single month: their bills. Utilities, cable, internet, insurance, credit cards, and even medical bills. These recurring charges make up a large portion of monthly expenses. Yet, most people pay them passively, never considering that a simple phone call or email could reduce costs significantly. The truth is, bills are negotiable, and companies often prefer retaining customers with a lower rate than losing them entirely. Negotiating bills is not just about saving money, it's a mindset shift. It's about taking control of your finances, asking questions, and refusing to accept take-it-or-leave-it pricing. It's empowering, and the savings can be substantial. Some people save $50 a month, while others cut $200 or more, depending on their services and negotiation skills. The first step is preparation. You need to know exactly what you're paying and what you're getting in return. Gather all your recent bills and statements. Identify recurring costs that seem high or unnecessary. For example, Cable or streaming packages. You rarely use internet plans that exceed your needs. Mobile phone plans with unused data. Credit card interest rates higher than market average. Insurance policies with overlapping coverage. Once you've identified potential targets, research competitive rates and deals. Knowledge is power. If you know that your internet provider offers a plan $20 cheaper or your mobile carrier has a promotion, you can leverage this information during negotiations. Next, contact your service providers. Pick up the phone, call customer service, and politely explain that you're reviewing your monthly expenses and seeking ways to reduce them. Use phrases like, "I've been a loyal customer for X years, but I noticed a plan that offers the same services for less. Is there a way we can adjust my rate? I'd like to continue my service, but I need a more affordable option. Can you offer any promotions or discounts? I'm comparing providers and want to stay with your company if possible. Are there any retention offers available?" The key here is polite persistence. Customer service reps are trained to keep you as a customer. If the first person says no, politely ask to speak with a supervisor or retention specialist. Many savings opportunities exist at this level. For example, let's take an internet bill. Suppose you're paying $75 per month. By simply calling and asking for a loyalty discount or matching a competitor's lower rate, you could reduce it to $55 to $60. That's a $15 to $20 monthly saving. Over a year, that adds up to $180 to $240 without changing your usage or lifestyle. Cable or streaming packages are often ripe for negotiation. Many people subscribe to premium bundles they don't fully use. By reviewing the package, downgrading channels, or opting for a more basic plan, or even bundling with another service, you can save $10 to $50 per month. Even medical and insurance bills can be negotiated. Many providers offer payment plans, discounts for early payment, or reduced rates for cash payments. Don't hesitate to ask, especially if you're facing a high hospital bill or a recurring premium. Insurance agents and hospital billing departments expect some negotiation, and often they'll provide a significant reduction. Credit cards are another area where negotiation pays off. If you have high interest rates, call your credit card company and ask for a lower APR. Highlight your good payment history. Many customers are surprised to learn they can lower rates by 3 to 10%, reducing interest charges by hundreds of dollars each year. Here's a practical approach to get the most out of bill negotiations. List all bills, utilities, subscriptions, insurance, loans, and any recurring payments. Research competitive rates. Know the market and what other companies charge for the same service. Prepare your case. Gather account numbers, payment history, and documentation of lower offers elsewhere. Call politely, but confidently. Ask for promotions, discounts, or plan adjustments. Be persistent. Speak with a supervisor or retention specialist if needed. Document savings. Note changes, new rates, and effective dates to track progress. Let's look at a real-world scenario. Imagine you have the following bills. Internet, $75 negotiated to $60 cable. $85 downgraded to $65 mobile phone. $70 moved to a promotion plan at $50 insurance premium. $120 reduced to $100, taking 30 to 60 minutes to call these providers. You've saved $85 per month, or $1,020 per year. That's incredible for such a small-time investment, and it doesn't require cutting back on essentials or luxuries. The beauty of bill negotiation is that it's repeatable and cumulative. Make it a habit to review and negotiate your bills annually or whenever you notice a price increase. Over time, these small wins accumulate, and you build confidence in managing your finances proactively. Psychologically, negotiating bills changes your relationship with money. Instead of being a passive payer, you become an active participant, demanding value for every dollar spent. It reinforces the mindset that money should serve you, not the other way around, and builds skills that will help in larger financial decisions like mortgages, car loans, or investment opportunities. Point one final tip. If a provider absolutely refuses to lower your rate, consider switching companies. Competition is fierce, and most companies offer introductory discounts to attract new customers. If you can get the same service for less, switching might be the simplest and most effective solution. In conclusion, negotiating your bills is not just about saving $50, $100, or even $200 per month. It's about taking control, being strategic, and building a habit of intentional financial management. When combined with your previous actions, automated savings, no-spend challenges, meal prep, and subscription audits, bill negotiation becomes another powerful lever to reach your goal of saving $500 this month. Don't wait for bills to pile up or for annual increases to surprise you. Pick up the phone today, make a few polite calls, and start reclaiming the money that's rightfully yours. The results might pleasantly shock you, and the habit will pay dividends for years to come. Shop Smart. Use cashback and discounts. Saves $50 to $150. You've tackled automated savings, conquered no-spend challenges, optimized your meals, canceled and used subscriptions, and even negotiated your bills. Your money is already working harder for you, but here's where you can make every dollar stretch even further. Smart shopping and strategic use of cashback and discounts. Shopping isn't just about spending, it's about spending wisely. Every purchase you make is an opportunity to either drain your budget or increase your savings. By combining planning, research, and smart use of digital tools, you can save $50 to $150 more every month, sometimes without even realizing it. Step 1. Plan before you shop. Impulse purchases are a huge money trap. Before you open your wallet and click buy now, ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I find it cheaper elsewhere? Is there a discount, coupon, or cashback option available? Create a shopping list every time you head to the store or plan online purchases. Stick strictly to the list. Even something as small as skipping an unnecessary snack or decorative item can save $5 to $10 each trip, which adds up to $50 to $100 a month. Step 2. Use cashback apps and rewards programs. Many people overlook the simple ways to earn money back for purchases they're already making. Cashback apps like Rakuten, Honey, Ibotta, or even credit card rewards can put money back in your pocket with little effort. Online shopping. Before checking out, always check if a cashback portal is available. For instance, buying $100 worth of essentials through a cashback portal with a 5% return gives you $5 back automatically. Grocery shopping. Some apps like Ibotta or Fetch Rewards allow you to scan your receipt and earn cashback on items you would normally buy. Over a month, this can add up to $20 to $40 or more. Credit card rewards. If you have a rewards credit card, use it for regular purchases, but make sure to pay the balance in full to avoid interest charges. The points or cashback can be converted into gift cards, statement credits, or even direct deposits. Step 3. Hunt for coupons and promo codes. Couponing isn't just for big sales events. With a few minutes of research, you can almost always find promo codes, store-specific discounts, or online coupon codes for nearly any purchase. Use browser extensions like Honey and RetailMe not to automatically apply codes. Check the store's website or app for member discounts. Sign up for newsletters from your favorite brands. They often send exclusive discounts to subscribers. Even a 10 to 15% discount on monthly shopping bills can save you $10 to $30, and it's essentially free money for doing a bit of homework. Step 4. Compare before you buy. Comparison shopping is a fundamental habit of smart spenders. Prices for the same product can vary wildly across different stores, websites, or brands. Use price comparison websites or apps to see if a cheaper alternative exists. Look for generic or store brand options. Most groceries, cleaning products, and even electronics have similar quality at a lower price. For example, switching from a brand name household cleaner to a store brand version could save $2 to $3 per bottle. Buy 10 bottles a month and you've saved $20 to $30. Small savings compound quickly. Step 5. Take advantage of sales and loyalty programs. Timing your purchases with sales and leveraging loyalty programs can maximize savings. Buy seasonal items at off-season prices. Winter coats in spring, summer gear in fall. Join loyalty programs at stores you frequent. Points accumulate quickly and often translate into discounts or free items. Watch for weekly or monthly promotions and stock up on essentials during these periods. For instance, using store loyalty discounts and weekly sales for groceries can save you $30 to $50 a month alone. Step 6. Avoid impulse buys with the 24-hour rule. One of the simplest ways to shop smart is to wait before making unplanned purchases. If you see something you want but didn't plan for, wait 24 hours. More often than not, you'll realize you didn't really need it. This rule alone can prevent $50 to $100 of unnecessary spending per month. Step 7. Track your savings and celebrate. Keep a simple spreadsheet or notebook to track your savings from cashback, discounts, and smart shopping. Seeing tangible numbers grow is motivating and reinforces the habit. For example, cashback from groceries, $25 online shopping promo codes, $15 store brand swaps, $20 loyalty program discounts, $10 total savings this month, $70. Step 8. The psychological edge. Shopping smart is not just about money, it's about changing your mindset. Every dollar you save is a choice, a conscious decision to put money back into your life rather than letting it slip away. Over time, these choices compound, and you'll find yourself naturally more disciplined and financially savvy. Real-world example. Let's say your typical monthly spending includes $300 on groceries, $50 on household items, and $50 on online purchases. By applying the techniques above, 10% cashback on groceries, $30 switching to store brands, $20 using promo codes on online purchases, $10 timing purchases with store sales, $15 your total monthly savings, $75. That's $900 a year, achieved by shopping smart, not by depriving yourself. Reduce dining out, cook at home saves $80 to $200. You've mastered automated savings, no-spend challenges, meal planning, subscription audits, bill negotiations, and smart shopping. Your money is finally working harder for you, but there's one more major area where most people leak cash every month: eating out. Dining out is convenient, sure. But convenience comes at a cost, sometimes a very steep one. Even casual coffee runs, takeout dinners, and weekly lunches can quietly drain $100 to $200 a month from your budget. The good news: cooking at home is not only cheaper, but it can also be healthier, customizable, and surprisingly fun once you make it a habit. Step 1. Understand the cost of dining out. Start by taking a look at your spending habits over the last month. How often did you grab breakfast, lunch, or dinner outside? Include coffee runs, snacks, and even delivery fees. The numbers may shock you. For example, coffee daily, $4 times 30 equals $120. Lunch 3 times a week, $12 times 12 equals $144. Dinner delivery twice a week, $20 times 8 equals $160 total. $424. Even cutting this in half could save you over $200 a month. Imagine redirecting that money straight into your savings account instead. Step 2. Start with small, achievable goals. Going cold turkey on dining out can feel impossible, so begin gradually. Reduce restaurant meals to once a week. Brew your morning coffee at home instead of visiting cafes. Pack lunch 2 or 3 days a week rather than eating out. Small steps create momentum and make the change sustainable. Step 3. Meal prep. For batch cooking saves time, money, and stress. One Sunday afternoon of meal prep can eliminate the temptation of fast food all week. Step 4. Reverse meal planning. Another trick is reverse meal planning. Plan your meals around what's already in your fridge or pantry. Check what you have before shopping. Choose recipes that use leftover ingredients. Reduce waste while saving money. Reverse meal planning often leads to creative, budget-friendly meals and ensures you never buy unnecessary items. Step 5. Learn simple, cost-effective recipes. You don't need to be a chef to save money cooking at home. Focus on simple, nutritious meals. Stir-fries with seasonal vegetables and protein, pasta dishes with homemade sauces, one-pot meals like chili, soups, or casseroles, overnight oats or smoothies for breakfast. These meals are often cheaper than eating out and can be prepared in 30 minutes or less. Step 6. Use dining out strategically. You don't have to eliminate dining out completely, just make it intentional. Celebrate achievements with a restaurant meal. Try new recipes at home first, then enjoy the occasional treat outside. Avoid impulse visits or eating out because it's easier. Reserving dining out for special occasions, you create a sense of reward while controlling your spending. Step 7. Track your savings. Monitoring your progress helps reinforce the habit. Keep a log of how much you save each week by cooking at home. Weekly coffee at home, $20 saved. Lunches packed, $60 saved. Fewer dinner deliveries, $80 saved. Total weekly savings, $160. Tracking motivates you and provides tangible evidence of the impact small lifestyle changes can have. Step 8. The hidden benefits. Cooking at home isn't just about saving money. You'll also enjoy healthier meals, less processed food, and more control over ingredients. Family or social time. Cooking together can be fun and engaging. New skills. Culinary skills build confidence and self-sufficiency. Step 9. Tools and tips to make it easier. Use slow cookers or instant pots to save time. Subscribe to meal kit services temporarily to learn recipes before committing fully. Organize your kitchen so ingredients and utensils are easy to access. Step 10. Make it a habit. The first week may be challenging, but consistency is key. Gradually, cooking at home becomes second nature, and you may even start to enjoy it. Your savings will grow and your financial discipline will strengthen. Track every expense. Use a budget app. Saves $50 to $150. At this stage, you've already automated savings, tackled no-spend challenges, meal prepped, audited subscriptions, negotiated bills, shopped smart, and reduced dining out. Your financial foundation is solid, but without a clear view of where your money goes, it's easy to slip back into old habits. That's where tracking every expense comes in. Understanding your spending patterns is like turning on the lights in a dark room. You suddenly see every corner where money is leaking. By tracking each dollar and using a budget app, you gain control, clarity, and the power to make smarter financial decisions. Step 1. Why tracking matters. Most people underestimate how small daily purchases add up. That $2 coffee, $5 snack, or $15 Uber ride may seem insignificant, but over a month, these expenses can quietly consume hundreds of dollars. Tracking every expense does more than just show you numbers. It reveals hidden spending habits, highlights categories where you can cut back, helps you prioritize saving goals, gives a sense of accountability and control. Think of it as a mirror for your money, honest, unbiased, and incredibly revealing. Step 2. Choose the right budgeting tool. Budgeting apps make this process seamless. Some popular options include Mint, tracks expenses automatically and categorizes them for you. NAB, you need a budget. Encourages proactive budgeting and prioritizing savings. Pocket Guard shows you exactly how much spendable money you have. Spreadsheets. If you prefer manual tracking, a simple spreadsheet can do wonders. Choose a tool that fits your lifestyle. The key is consistency, not complexity. Step 3. Record every expense. Yes, every expense. Coffee, snacks, online subscriptions, tips, transportation, groceries, and even small impulse purchases. The more precise you are, the clearer your picture of your finances becomes. Some tips for recording expenses. Keep receipts and input them at the end of each day. Take photos of bills and receipts for quick reference. Categorize expenses: food, transportation, entertainment. Bills. Use app features that auto-categorize to save time. Even seemingly insignificant purchases can be the difference between saving $500 or watching it slip away. Step 4. Analyze your spending patterns. After a week or two of tracking, review your spending habits. Look for trends such as frequent small purchases that add up, subscriptions or services that are rarely used, impulse buys triggered by certain stores or apps. This analysis gives actionable insight. For example, you might realize that your daily coffee habit costs $120 per month. Identifying these leaks is the first step toward plugging them. Step 5. Set realistic limits. Once you know where your money is going, set spending limits for each category. For instance, dining out, $50 week; entertainment, $30 week; groceries, $150 week. Budgeting apps often allow you to set these limits and send alerts when you're approaching them. This prevents overspending before it happens. Step 6. Automate where possible. Some apps allow you to automate savings when certain conditions are met. For example, transfer $20 to savings whenever your entertainment budget goes under $30. Round up transactions and deposit the difference into a savings account. Automation paired with tracking ensures that money is saved before you even think about spending it. Step 7. Review weekly and monthly. Tracking isn't a one-time activity. Make it a habit. Weekly, check your progress, review overspending, and adjust your plan. Monthly, evaluate categories, identify areas for improvement, and set new goals. Regular reviews reinforce accountability and prevent bad habits from sneaking back. Step 8. Turn tracking into motivation. Tracking your expenses isn't just about restriction, it's about empowerment. Seeing your savings grow, understanding your spending, and knowing you're in control can be incredibly motivating. Use the data to celebrate wins, no matter how small. Step 9. Combine with previous actions. Tracking works best in conjunction with your other money-saving actions. Meal prepping and tracking grocery expenses, reducing dining out and monitoring restaurant spending, negotiating bills and recording the lower payments. Every action compounds. By combining tracking with your previous steps, you maximize savings and create a habit of financial mindfulness. Step 10. The long-term benefit over time. Consistent tracking does more than save money, it changes your relationship with money. You become intentional, disciplined, and strategic with every dollar. The habit of monitoring your finances will carry forward for years, making your future goals achievable. Vacations, a home, debt freedom, or early retirement. Declutter and sell items. Go Cash only saves $50 to $150. You've built a strong foundation for saving. Automated transfers, no spend challenges, meal prep, negotiating bills, smart shopping, tracking every expense. But there's one more secret weapon in your money-saving arsenal that's often overlooked: your own stuff and how you spend money in your wallet. Yes, your home is filled with hidden cash waiting to be unlocked, and the way you pay for everyday purchases can drastically influence your spending habits. Combining decluttering and selling unused items with the cash-only method can give your savings a serious boost without feeling like deprivation. Step 1. The power of decluttering. We all accumulate things over time. Clothes that no longer fit, gadgets gathering dust, books you'll never read again. These items may feel sentimental, but in reality, they occupy space and represent untapped money. Decluttering is more than tidying, it's turning forgotten possessions into real cash. By selling items you don't use, you not only gain extra money but also reduce clutter, creating a more organized, peaceful living environment. Start by tackling one room at a time. For example, closet, pull out clothes, shoes, and accessories you haven't worn in the last year. Kitchen. Identify duplicate gadgets or appliances you never use. Living room, books, DVDs, or electronics gathering dust. Garage storage. Tools, old sports equipment, or decorations. Once you've identified items, consider selling. Platforms like eBay, great for electronics, collectibles, or branded items. Facebook Marketplace, perfect for local sales with no shipping hassle. Offer up, let go, quick, convenient, and easy to list. Items. Declutter, especially for tech items and media. Even small items can add up. Selling a few things you don't need might net $50 to $100 immediately, jumpstarting your savings for the month. Step 2. The psychology of cash spending. Once you've cleared out the clutter, it's time to tackle the other side of the coin: how you spend money. Studies show that paying with cash makes people far more mindful of purchases than swiping a card. When you physically hand over money, the transaction feels real, immediate, and sometimes painful, prompting smarter decisions. Here's how to implement it. Set a weekly cash budget. Withdraw a set amount for discretionary spending like dining out, entertainment, or shopping. Divide cash into envelopes. Label envelopes for categories such as groceries, transport, and leisure. When it's gone, it's gone. Avoid using cards to cover overspending. This method instantly limits impulsive purchases and forces you to prioritize. Over a month, even small adjustments can save $50 to $100 or more. Step 3. Combine decluttering with cash-only mindset. When you sell unused items, consider allocating that cash directly to your savings jar or envelope system. Pairing decluttered cash with a cash-only spending habit creates a feedback loop. Sell items, receive cash. Allocate cash wisely. Only spend on essentials or pre-planned treats. Save the rest. Grow your emergency fund or savings account. This approach turns decluttering into an intentional financial strategy, rather than just tidying up. Step 4. Make it fun and motivating. Decluttering and cash-only spending doesn't have to feel like a chore. Turn it into a mini challenge. Weekly Declutter Challenge. Pick one small area each week to clean and sell items. Cash-only reward system. Any leftover cash at the end of the week can go toward a fun goal like a coffee date, new book, or movie night. Track progress. Log the cash earned and saved in a budget app to see real results. Gamifying the process, you're more likely to stick with it and feel motivated to continue. Step 5. Avoid common pitfalls to maximize savings. Watch out for these mistakes. Selling items for too little. Research similar items to price them fairly. Even small extra profits add up. Going back to card spending. Keep your debit or credit cards out of reach for discretionary purchases. Overbuying after decluttering. Avoid replacing old items with new ones. The goal is net savings. Sticking to these rules ensures that this action contributes meaningfully to your $500 monthly goal. Step 6. Long-term benefits. The advantages of decluttering and going cash-only extend far beyond immediate savings. You gain clarity on what you truly need versus what you're holding on to. You reduce impulse spending naturally. You create a mental boundary for discretionary spending. You develop a habit of consciously thinking before buying. By treating your belongings and cash with intention, you not only save money but also cultivate lasting financial discipline. Step 7. Estimated savings. When executed properly, decluttering and selling unused items can earn $50 to $150 per month, depending on the volume of items sold. Coupled with a cash-only system, you'll avoid unnecessary spending that might have cost you another $50 to $100. Together, this action could realistically add $100 to $250 to your monthly savings. Recalibrate, celebrate, and make it habitual. Saves $50 to $200 monthly in the long run. You've made it. You've completed 9 money-saving actions, from automating savings to meal prepping, negotiating bills, decluttering, and adopting a cash-only lifestyle. By now, you may already see a tangible impact on your finances. But the final action isn't just about saving another dollar. It's about locking in these habits so that saving becomes effortless and automatic. This is where recalibration, celebration, and habit formation intersect, turning short-term wins into long-term financial freedom. Step 1. Review your progress. After a month of executing these strategies, it's time to pause and review. How much money did you save using each action? Which strategies were easiest to implement? Where did you face challenges or slip ups? Use a budget app, spreadsheet, or even a notebook to record your progress. For example, you might notice automated transfers saved you $200, meal prepping saved $80, decluttering and selling items earned $120 cash. Only spending prevented $70 of impulse purchases. Tracking these results isn't just about numbers, it's about awareness. Seeing the real impact of your efforts provides motivation and clarity on what works best for your lifestyle. Step 2. recalibrate your budget. Once you understand what worked, it's time to fine-tune your plan. Perhaps you realized your grocery budget was higher than expected, or that a particular subscription was unnecessary after all. Recalibration allows you to adjust allocations for maximum efficiency. Increase what works. If meal prepping saved you more than expected, allocate more budget and effort there. Trim what doesn't. Reduce spending in areas that didn't yield results. Plan for seasonal changes. Recognize months when expenses might spike and adjust accordingly. This step ensures that your savings strategy is dynamic, flexible, and realistic, not rigid or punitive. Step 3. Celebrate your wins. Financial discipline can feel like a constant grind. That's why celebrating milestones is essential. Recognizing small victories reinforces positive behavior and keeps you motivated. Treat yourself to a small, affordable reward: a nice coffee, a movie night, or a home-cooked fancy meal. Share your achievement with a friend or family member for accountability and encouragement. Reflect on the progress you've made: more money saved, less financial stress, and a clearer view of your spending habits. Celebration isn't about splurging, it's about reinforcing your success and acknowledging that every small step matters. Step 4. Turn actions into habits. The real power of Action 10 is turning short-term efforts into long-lasting habits. Habits create results with minimal mental effort, making saving automatic over time. Here's how. Anchor habits to routines. Pair actions with existing routines. For instance, deposit your daily automated savings right after breakfast or update your budget app every Sunday night. Use reminders. Set phone alerts or sticky notes to keep new habits top of mind. Start small, scale gradually. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Focus on one habit at a time until it becomes second nature. Review weekly. Make a brief weekly check-in part of your schedule to ensure you're staying consistent. By embedding these actions into daily life, saving becomes effortless and sustainable, rather than a short-term sprint. Step 5. Learn and adapt. No plan is perfect. Life changes, unexpected expenses arise, and sometimes strategies need tweaking. Action 10 is about embracing a mindset of adaptation. Did a strategy save less than expected? Modify it rather than abandon it. Did an action work surprisingly well? Double down on it. Keep experimenting with small changes to continuously optimize savings. The goal isn't perfection, it's continuous improvement, which leads to steady growth over months and years. Step 6. Visualize your progress. Humans are motivated by seeing results. Create visual cues to track your journey. Savings chart. Watch your balance grow as each action adds money. Before and after photos. For decluttered spaces, these visual reminders reinforce the impact of your efforts. Checklists or milestones. Mark off each completed action to maintain momentum and satisfaction. Visualization strengthens your commitment and makes financial progress tangible, rewarding, and motivating. Step 7. Prepare for long-term success. The final piece of Action 10 is planning for the future. You've saved $500 or more in a month, but what comes next? Emergency fund. Set aside a portion of your savings for unexpected expenses. Investments. Consider investing part of your savings for long-term growth. Recurring goals. Decide which actions become permanent monthly habits. Automated savings, meal prep, negotiating bills. Periodic recalibration. Every few months, review your budget, spending, and saving strategies to adjust for life changes. Long-term financial success comes from turning temporary efforts into permanent systems. Action 10 is your bridge from a short-term win to a lifelong money mindset. Step 8. Estimated saving. When executed thoughtfully, recalibrating, celebrating, and embedding habits can save an additional $50 to $200 monthly. While it might not feel as dramatic as cutting bills or decluttering, the compound effect over time is enormous. Months of consistent habit-driven saving can easily lead to $1,000 in extra funds annually without sacrificing your lifestyle.